Hey my loves, and welcome to your Cosmic Weather Report for the week ahead. Now this week is going to continue that big week last week of change, but now bring us a really strong inner foundation from which we feel safe to begin to make real change and move forwards in our lives in a very different way. That's going to come from somewhere deep within you. So our astrological week begins on Tuesday when we get the last quarter moon in Aquarius. Now, what's really interesting about this is that this is the second last quarter moon in Aquarius in a row. So the last quarter moon, the last quarter moon, that was also in Aquarius. So what this really says to us is that this now is a time for very deep release of those things that get in the way of you really feeling free to be all of yourself. So the last quarter moon is a part of the lunar cycle where we really begin to look at what is it that I don't want to take into the next cycle with me? What am I ready to shed, release, and let go of? It's that waning energy that's like, if you don't let go of this now, you're going to take it into that next cycle with you. So we're really asked to look at, okay, what are you still holding on to? What have you brought with you? What have you kept saying? What did you say all last week? I'm ready to change this. I'm ready to let go of it. And you still kind of snuck it through into this week with you. There's going to be this big energy now of like, it's time now to really let it go. Aquarius as a sign is very freedom seeking. Aquarius wants you to free yourself from limitations, whether that is self-imposed limitations of your own thoughts or beliefs or limitations from anywhere outside of you. It's a sign of very deep authenticity and truth, the freedom to be yourself, to embrace all of your unique quirks and everything that makes you you. And so this second last quarter moon energy is like, you've got to let it go now. You've known. I gave you a chance the last time around. You had the chance all last week, and now you've really, really got to let it go. So it's going to be very obvious in your life, anywhere where there is restrictions, limitations, anything that holds you down, holds you back. You're going to really, really feel that. And it's going to feel almost like claustrophobic, like a little bit suffocating, like I've got to free myself from this now. I've got to get this off me. I've got to change this. Now, on the same day, the sun is going to sextile Saturn. And so this is what's going to help us now to develop this very firm inner foundation. As the sun meets Saturn, it brings a determination and a focus and a very deep sense of self. And it will bring with it the very deep self-love, self-belief, and self-trust that you need to be able to let go. To be able to say, do you know what, this really scares me. Making this change really, really scares me. But I trust myself enough to know that no matter what happens, I can face it. I can deal with it. I know that I'm going to be okay because I trust me. And I also trust what it is that I know that I need to do. And rather than keep ignoring that, I'm now going to really trust what it is I feel within me. And I'm going to allow myself to move forwards from this place of really knowing who I am. Now, on this same day, we get Gemini season. So the sun will move into Gemini. And so Gemini season is a season of change. Gemini brings change. It's preparing us to shift seasons into the summer with the summer solstice. So Gemini season is an energy of begin to now move forwards, begin to make changes, begin to put things into action, begin to make things happen. And if you've been needing anything, so if you've been like, well, I need to change this, but I need this to happen or that to happen, or I need this information, or I need to know this, Gemini season helps us to connect the dots. So to begin to find the connections that we need and the information that we need and the energy that we need and everything that we need starts to come through in Gemini season, where all of a sudden we're like, oh, it's clear now. Okay, it's all beginning to make a lot more sense. So I want you to really look for the signs, the synchronicities, and I want you to almost see it like a little breadcrumb trail, that unless you follow that first breadcrumb, you're not going to know where the next one is or the next one is. So if you just stay standing still and waiting for something to happen, you're not going to see the trail. So it's like take one step find that breadcrumb and then be like, oh, and now there's the next one, and there's the next one. And Gemini season will lead you to connecting those dots, to connecting the breadcrumbs, to finding your way then to where it is that you're meant to be going. So it's just going to bring this fresh new energy through. And it's also going to, Gemini season, ask you to begin to speak your truth. So again, if from last week there are conversations that need to be had, you need to put a boundary in place. This waning lunar cycle is always the time for us to speak that truth, to set a boundary, to put information out there, to put our own energy out there into like, this is what I want and what I need, and this is what I will and won't accept anymore. So it's going to be a very big energy around speaking your truth around those places in your life where you felt very restricted and very limited. So you're going to need to speak it and to say it. Now, Thursday then, we get the Sun sextile Neptune. And this is going to really help you now, especially if you started to follow that little breadcrumb trail, to open to the unseen. So to not necessarily have to have the next dot within sight, but know that it's there because you're being called towards it. And when I say open to the unseen, I mean as well intuition. Being really open to your intuition, your inner knowing, the signs, the synchronicities, everything that doesn't have kind of a logical explanation for it, but you just know that you're being called somewhere. It's about really beginning to visualize and dream and envision your future. So around the end of the week is a really beautiful day to just sit and daydream. Just daydream. Just let your imagination run wild on what it is that you want and where you want to go and what you want for your life. And what you might find is that things that have previously felt unrealistic, or well, I wouldn't be able to do that, or I wouldn't be able to achieve that, or I don't know how that would happen, suddenly there's an answer or a sign or a little like, oh, that's how I could do it. That's how it could work. Oh wow, okay, let me do something, let me start something, let me create something. Now, on this same day, we get Venus trine Mars. So as Venus meets Mars, this will bring a motivation and a drive and a desire to put your dreams into action. So those daydreams, those things you're visualizing, there'll also be an inner fire to make it happen, a real drive to make it happen. And with that, especially if you've looked at that firm foundation at the start of the week, there will come a fierce self-love. I want to do this for myself because I love myself. I want to make this change in my life now because I really love myself and I know that I'm worthy of it and I know that I'm deserving of it. And so that's a question that I want to give you around kind of the end of the week. If I love myself right now, what would I do? If I really loved myself right now, would I stay in this situation, this job, this relationship? Would I continue to talk to myself in this way and tell myself that I'm not good enough or I can't do it or whatever else it might be? If I really loved myself right now, what is it that I would do? And then Saturday, we're going to get the Sun trine Pluto. So this is going to bring an energy of, again, a strength and a willpower of like, I know who I am. I know what I want. The Sun meeting Pluto, especially if you did a lot of work last week and around the beginning of this week about that inner foundation and what is it I truly want, it brings a real rediscovery of who you are. A rediscovery of where you perhaps been living in the shadows of your own life. And all of a sudden, like, this isn't what I want for myself anymore. I don't want this small life for myself anymore. I don't want to live as this really scared version of me anymore who's always worrying about what could go wrong and staying stuck in places because I'm not brave enough to take that step. It's going to bring an empowerment to be like, I know who I am. I trust myself. I believe in myself. And if I really go for it, and if I really trust, I can have it. I can do it. It's going to bring this new sense of self that beyond all of the fears and the doubts, this like brave, bold new version of you will start to emerge that will whisper at you, but what if you just try? What if you just try? What if you just go for it? What if you just try? And this is going to then really lead us so beautifully into the weekend, where on Sunday, we just get quite a magical day on Sunday. So we first of all get Mercury conjunct Uranus, which is just a really magical energy. So Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. So Mercury is the human mind with all of our human things. Uranus is the cosmic mind, the higher mind, cosmic consciousness, your soul self, your higher self. And so when these two meet, we have this really beautiful opportunity to move out of the human mind with the doubts, the fears, the worries, and what might go wrong, into this cosmic consciousness of anything's possible, everything's possible. I can bring through anything I want. We'll find flashes of insights, downloads, wisdom, information, intuitive nudges will all start to come through, and it will help us just get out of that humanness into something greater, where we can believe that we're part of something greater, and we can start to really trust in that. And on this same day, Saturn is going to move into Aries. Now, just to give you a little bit of a kind of a backtrack, Saturn is now starting a whole new 29-ish journey around the zodiac wheel. The last time Saturn was in Aries will have been between 1996 and 1998. So you might want to have a little look back to then, around what was happening then. Saturn has been in Pisces since March 2023 and is now going to make the shift into Aries. Now, as Saturn shifts into Aries, this is going to bring a powerful energy. It's probably going to be one of the most powerful energies we'll get through this year, because Saturn in Aries is going to ask you now to take responsibility for your own life, to stop waiting for anyone to come and rescue you or save you, to stop waiting for anything out there to change or be different before you can do what you want, have what you want, be who you want to be. It's going to ask you to really take responsibility. This is your life. This is your life. And there is only you that can live it, that can change it. There's only you that can create the life that you want. And there's only you that can really manifest the life that you want. And so this energy is going to ask you now to become the master of your own destiny, to really look at where it is you want to be on a whole new journey in your own life. Like if you were to look at in, let's say 29 years time, right? Which feels like a long time, but time's going quick now, right? Time feels like it's shifted. Where would you love to be at that time? What do you want to have changed? What do you want to be working towards? How do you want to begin a new journey now that's going to take you towards what it is that you really, really, really want? And so this is going to really push you to become the trailblazer and the leader and the manifester of your own life, to be the one that goes first. Even if no one else in your family or no one else in your friendship circles has done it before, be the one that goes first. Be the one that says, this is the life that I want for myself, and I'm now going to start to live it. I'm going to take control of my day-to-day life, and I'm going to start to really live and show up and be who I want to be. So this is going to be a powerful, powerful energy of self-realization, self-responsibility, self-belief, and this real desire then to say, this is my life and I'm going to take control back over it. And I'm really going to begin to live in the way that I want to live. So we've got a powerful week this week, and the energy of last week and the start of this week is leading us towards this new journey that Saturn in Aries is going to take us on. So look at where you want to make those changes, become the leader of your own life, and let's see what we can create. I'm sending you so much love for the week ahead.